What is good, Vape Nation? It's the Devil Pit Podcast with your host, Hayden Necromata, Squid the Goblin, and Mako Musashi. How's it going?
Vape
What's
Nation.
up? What's up?
Vape Nation? What the we banned that in hell.
Actually, wait, Vape Nation's banned?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I just
Huh.
banned it last night.
Oh.
I was just
Well,
last night.
I'm sorry, I guess I can't be.
Oh, thank God.
Well, this podcast just got a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, sure, much easier. Let's go.
Alright, I'm back. What is good?
What's good? Thank
Yo, what's
you.
up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Boys, what do you want, my mud? You want out? Ugh.
So, yeah, I guess since this is our first episode, I guess we should probably introduce ourselves, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, do you want to go first, Hades? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sorry, I just had to kick Boys out.
All good. He can be a pain sometimes.
I'm Hades. Most people shall call me Hades. I'm the real underworld. To underworld the hell. You know, I'm the best thing that ever happened. You know, but it's boring to talk about me. Introduce yourself, Squiddy.
Don't ever call me that again, please. But, hi, I'm Squid the Goblin. I'm a VTuber or I guess PNG tuber, who's normally over on Twitch. I do a bunch of variety gaming from time to time, and I'm extremely fucking horny.
What a way to go.
That said, I'm a goblin.
Yes, we get it. You're
The Goblin Slayer kind.
what?
We're moving on.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck me yourself, you coward. Now introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Yo,
go.
what's up, guys? I'm Mako Musashi. I'm just the buddy of these two. You know, I just come along every now and again, say funny shit, and leave.
Pretty much.
Actually, the most accurate. But anyways.
Oh my God. So how the world above? I don't pay attention to that news these days.
It's very busy up here.
Yeah, it's very busy. A lot of angry people, especially at Mr. Beast, surprisingly. Like, dude made a bunch of people, like, that were blind, able to see.
Like, actually,
And
though.
all you see on Twitter is people going, he's the Antichrist, fuck the Antichrist, kill him, rich bastard, giving his money out for free, he's evil.
Chill out.
That was our autistic section. On to the
Acoustics,
next
you mean?
one. Acoustics. Yes, you're right. That little Freudian slip there. My bad.
That's you?
Maybe.
You were just scheduled to be down in hell in a couple more years.
We're not gonna talk about it. Not kidding.
ABBA's going to hell.
Who?
ABBA.
The band?
Yeah.
I love ABBA. Why are they
I
going to
know.
hell?
I'm confused.
So much.
Musical band from up top. That's all you need to know.
What kind of music they play?
Us mainlanders.
So they do.
That's very
Okay.
accurate.
Mamma
ABBA.
mia.
Here
we
I go again, my. But yeah, they do
I've
pop
definitely
music.
heard them before.
I am definitely against copyright strike now. Fuck you.
Nope,
too.
we didn't sing it
Nah,
long enough.
Yeah, we didn't sing it long enough. You're lucky.
Yeah, wait till I
Like,
wake
actually,
up in the morning.
fuck you though.
Blah blah blah.
Trying to get us fucked over like that.
Yeah. So what?
Ah.
Anyone got a good subset to talk about?
Well, I mean, there's E3, which is now E0, considering.
What?
Yeah, dude, straight up, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation all said they're not showing up to E3 this year, so it's E0.
I guess they got they all got their own stuff. Like Nintendo's got Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
There's the PSN Live or whatever that shit's
Well,
called.
there's the PlayStation State of Play, and now Xbox
State of
just.
Play, that's what it is.
And then Xbox just does their own live showcasing every once in a while.
Well,
But, like, no,
that's fine.
it's actually kind of the thing. Like, there really is no need for E3 anymore. Like,
No.
it's weird to say, but it feels like E3 this year will probably, for the most part, just be indie games.
It's
and-
the end of
Which-
an era.
I mean, yeah.
But always show up for Devolver though.
But if you ask me about the indie part, I think that would be a big positive for once.
No, exactly. I'm all for more indie games being shown off, but like it's the end of an era essentially. Like Mako just said, like we are no longer getting AAA games being shown off at E3. You are going to be getting indie games and other like third-party developers showing up, so like Digital Revolver and stuff like that, who are going to be showing off their games and all that. But like, you're not going to end up seeing PlayStation, Xbox, any of that shit.
Yeah.
If we're you know what, if we're lucky, maybe Steam will show up to E3.
No, they just play all their shit through the fucking Oculus, whatever that thing's called, the Steam
Valve,
whatever.
Steam, Rift,
Yeah.
Valve.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, there's
Sorry,
actually a thing that they do for that?
Yeah, they had
No, it was a joke.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a headset.
Oh yeah, they have their own headset, but there's not a game that shows them all their fucking shit that they're releasing.
White.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. Outside of that, though, in terms of things that are crazy that were going on, there was another thing recently up top that happened, but I don't know how the ethicals of talking. Fuck it, I'm going to talk about it anyways. What do you know about Atrioc?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, so all you need to know is Atrioc is a streamer who apparently recently issued an apology after he accidentally revealed that he had been watching deepfake videos of 2 other streamers. The thing is these 2 other streamers also happen to be really good friends of his in Pokimane and some streamer called Maya.
Oh, Maya Higa.
Is that who that is?
Is that who it is? Is that the Maya we're talking about here?
I don't know. I don't
There's a Maya
honestly
Higa
know.
Twitch.
I don't know, but like I'm just sitting here. It's like, so there's that.
You're the
And
Animal Girl.
but yeah, so I guess I don't really want to have a conversation about the ethics of fucking deepfakes because I know ethically it's wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I guess that leads to a better question that I kind of want to ask. How would you guys react if somebody that you knew told you straight up or I guess if you found out that somebody you knew had been watching deepfake porn of you, how would you feel about that? Because, like, I know I myself would probably feel a little grimy after that, and I guess I myself personally would probably not be able to talk to them for a while after that, if at all.
I was supposed to just make guarantee to go to hell. That's me.
I'd probably kill them.
Right.
I love how Mako's the most fucking aggressive about it. Just like, I'm going to kill them. Just straight out the gate, I will fucking kill them.
Can't teach you for watching shit on me, boy!
Teach you to watch deepfake on Shark Week.
Shut the fuck up, please. Shut the fuck
All right. But yeah, anyways, I'm on to ready for a different subject if you guys are ready.
Yeah. That one might be a little too political.
Yeah, actually. No, but actually too political. Y'all got any hobbies?
Here's a question.
Go for it.
Here's an answer.
Okay, I want to hear the answer first.
Actually, yeah, no, what's your answer?
Yeah,
Come on, Mako.
Come on.
Okay. Fuck you.
Your answer's fuck you? My answer is anal. Now, what's the question?
I am surrounded by horny motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
I'm not just horny, okay? I'm exceptionally horny.
What the fuck is difference? So Budo, I agree with you.
Okay, so to answer your question as to what's the difference, you ever seen that meme about a dude trying to fuck his girlfriend to the song Seabat?
Change of subject.
Not the right song, but close enough.
I thought that was the song.
Oh my god. So here's a question. It is about EA.
Yes.
Do you think EA is wrong for basically ruin the original Dead Space company that made, the all 3 Dead Space games and whatnot, and still making a profit with this remaster? While you stand on that?
So here's the thing. I'm fine with the remaster as is. I actually so here's the thing. A lot of my gripes with the remaster actually have nothing to do with like that topic. Mm-hmm. But before we get on to the topic, I guess I was going to try to hit for my statement. I don't really care about the remake. I think yes, it is scummy, but they do own the IP now, which is unfortunate.
unfortunate.
It's unfortunately just how it works with some companies like that. You bleed out the original creator to the point where they have to go bankrupt, and you get to own the IP for free.
Definitely
That's
coming though.
yeah, it's sadly kind of what happened with Legacy of Kain. The original game was made by one company, and then the publishing rights went to a different company, and then the original company that made said game lost the rights to their own fucking IP.
Oh yeah, that's one of your favorite games too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, to the point where like I will always bring it up no matter what scenario I can. If I can find a reason to bring this game up, I will. But no, so to answer your question, to answer your question about the whole Dead Space thing, I think what EA did with Dead Space in the sense, and mind you, I think this is the case with any like corporate company.
Sure.
When the CEOs start trying to like put their fist down on like what creative decisions the dev teams are actually allowed to make, is when I start to hold an issue with it. Because like, for example, Dead Space 2, pretty fine game, I have no complaints. Dead Space 3, however, is this. I would say that Dead Space 3 is no longer a horror game, but a horror-themed third-person action shooter.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's got
I'm gonna say a
aspects of a horror.
third-party action.
Here's
fucking
my
toilet simulator.
okay. I know they're gonna sound stupid, but my
No, go for it.
my defense on that is eventually the Negamos are not gonna be scary. Like
Oh, no,
when you killed a bunch of when you killed them non-stop in the first two games, they lost that fear faster. So that's like
I
No,
slaughtered
and
them all like animals.
I get that, but like, so Hades, for example, one thing I noticed the last time you and I played that game, which was that's been what, like 6 months ish.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I remember like specifically about that game was just how wide and open areas were in that game. Like, don't get me wrong, I remember there like I've beaten one, so I remember there being like, yeah, one had a lot of areas where it's just big, wide, and open. But the thing I also recognize too is this. These big, wide open areas typically also tended to be where you were going to be getting swarmed by a lot of necromorphs all at once. Whereas in not Resident Evil, fuck me, I'm now equating it to Resident Evil because playing Dead Space 3 has made me think of Resident Evil and how it plays. But essentially with Dead Space 3, every part of the game is a lot more wider and open. And mind you, that is to help, like, alleviate the fact that it's a co-op game. But at the same time, it does also make it so that because they designed it around that co-op aspect, it just doesn't have the same horror factor if you are playing it alone. And if you're playing with a friend, it just turns into the most fun I've had in a while.
Right.
I mean, I personally haven't played it, but I've watched some people play it, and I do agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. All in all, I think it's a good game, but yeah, that's kind of my statement on that. Do we have anybody else who was going to make a statement on this before I try to go back to that initial point I was making about the remake, though?
Nope. No, nothing here.
Nope.
Okay, but so my initial thing with the remake is this. My personal gripes with it are, now mind you, I am completely understanding as to why, but I don't think it was necessary. They put like actual, like, legitimate content warnings on the fucking what do you call it? You know, like the audio logs, right?
Yeah.
They actually put little like trigger warnings on the audio logs so that just before you play it will highlight it and it will tell you specifically like, oh, medical malpractice, or this, or that, or things like that. But like, they put actual fucking warnings on these things, and I'm just quietly sitting here thinking to myself, like, you are playing Dead Space, a horror game. I'm sorry to say this, but given the game being the kind of game it is, it kind of makes sense that you are going to be dealing with that sort of shit to begin with. Like, not everything in the game is going to be comfy cozy.
No, of course not.
Like, to me, it's almost... Yeah, to me, it's kind of like the equivalent of Okay, here's a great example. You go to start up the original Outlast, and as you do, before you even get to start the playing in the game, the first thing you get is a warning saying there's going to be nudity in this game,
Yeah. Yeah.
or there is going to be graphic scenes and violence and gore, and like you already know those are kind of going to be there. Maybe not the nudity, but like everything else, you kind of gather that that's going to be the general with these kind of games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a very minor nitpick, but that's like the main one I have. That and how certain scenes have been redone or remade
Before you
to
go
be a
on,
little more
I'm
cinematic.
still gonna add no spoilers, but I'm planning to grab it very fucking soon.
Oh, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm
Okay.
not going to spoil anything about that. I was literally all I was going to say was they just rewrote some scenes so that it's a little more cinematic based.
I mean, Squid got a point. Some horror games are lefty danky. I don't know if I spell it right. Handy danky, yeah.
Or Laffy Danky, Laffy Taffy, Daffy. I don't
Laffy
know what
Taffy.
the fire. Hey, yo, what that Laffy Taffy do?
I'm pretty sure it just says
Uh-huh.
So here's my stand about the whole trigger warning thing.
So let me stand.
I'm about to fucking drag you to hell.
Been there. Really shitty players, by the way.
I almost fucking choked on my drink. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the whole trigger warning thing is really stupid. Yeah, because when you figure out what the necromorphs are, was a little bit spoiled, dead humans being mutated. They're like the last thing I think. Like the trigger warning thing is just like, ayo.
Yep.
I don't know, just like.
But like, so to quickly go back to that
It's kind of virtual signaling, to be honest.
No, actually though. But to quickly go back to that little thing I was mentioning about like the whole them rewriting scenes and stuff like that. So without spoiling anything, you remember the scene where you see those little fucking alien, I don't know what they're called, the little wing guys that like they'll fucking start jabbing up a dead body and they turn them into a necromorph?
Yes.
So you remember how the first time you interact with one of those is you walk into the room and like as the doors open you see this thing kind of like hammering on a body?
Yes.
Without going into how it's done, they change that entire scene and how you do it to make it more cinematic.
Huh.
I'm just looking up the name for this necromorph real quick.
The one complaint I have about people is how.
It's called an infector.
Yes, that's the one.
There's one thing I remember people complaining about how they're saying Isaac and Nicole work. I mean, personally, to me, Nicole is kind of look the same, maybe more older, if that makes
Honestly,
sense.
Nicole looks fine to me.
But when people complain about Isaac, I don't know. I'm just sitting here going, "Am I the only?"
The dude's wearing a mask the entire game. The fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm just like. Blood. I'm just like, does it really matter if the sayings? He kind of look. Wait, how old is Isaac? Let me look this up.
Isaac's supposed to be like late 20s at the start of the first game and then mid 30s by 3. But yeah, so 37 by 3. And like, if I remember correctly, the games. No, never mind. So he'd be 32 by the first game because all those games happen in like a 5 to 6 year time span. Dude, that is nuts to think about. Fucking Isaac goes through so much in like 5 years, dude.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's a.
Oh, so Kaylee's just speaking of Dead Space.
Sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Can we just talk about how Isaac basically for hands with suits in that fucking spin-off game? That fucking PlayStation Smash wannabe game?
Oh yeah, and he fights Raiden.
Can we talk about
that shitty fucking game?
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Yeah, we can talk about that. I love that game.
Sly Cooper.
Can we just talk about how he just stood up to a god and just like basically telling him to go fuck himself?
No, actually,
beat Kratos.
My man fights Kratos, Zeus, fucking
Zeus!
two different that guy, that hero looks like Zeus. None of you are gonna get what I mean by that fucking
Nope.
reference, but I do, and I'm
Fucking
sad now.
Wooshid.
Anyways,
Wooshid.
so like, no, he fights against Kratos, Zeus, fucking Raiden, Dante from Devil May Cry, two different Cole McGraths, and Parappa the motherfucking Rapper.
What the hell's Parappa doing there?
The world's greatest musician.
Jam?
Logic.
Dude, I'm sorry, actually, no, I want Parappa the Rapper in fucking Def Jam now!
I would actually pay for that, like hundreds of dollars, I think, too.
Oh my god.
Also, can I just say the fact in the fucking ending for Isaac ending, he basically just have the power of God and anime, and he just go back to his like world to fuck the necromorphs.
Yeah, he's actually kind of is a god at the end.
Wait, what about Isaac fucking Necromorphs?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I hate it here so much.
This is why you don't invite the horny goblin to things.
That's all the time they paid me for, guys. I'm out.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. But, yeah, okay, so I got a question for you. Y'all got any, like, hobbies or, like, things you like doing in your free time?
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Actually?
Been on Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time now.
Okay, like, what format, though, are you playing it? Oh, fair enough.
Duel Links.
No, I can't complain. I play Duel Links myself.
Yeah, Duel Links is fucking fantastic, man. Just, like, remembering all this stuff and, like, it's like, the nostalgia of it just hits different.
No, I get it, because Duel Links very much gives you the serotonin of what it's like to... I guess in a lot of ways, it's like the fucking older Yu-Gi-Oh! Games where, like, you almost feel like you're playing through each of the seasons. Because
Exactly.
there's a little more story-based stuff and events. Mind
Which is
you...
why I love those games like, I think it's called Legacy of the Duelist on...
Yeah, actually, it's
consoles and
Legacy
all
of the
that.
Duelist.
Like, that game's another fantastic game. Just,
Yes, I remember Yugi Moto using the Shadow deck against his best friend Shoei Wheelers.
Yeah, Yugi whipping out his Shadal deck. Kaiba wouldn't stand a chance.
actually, though.
No, actually, though, like, those things are fucking
I
strong.
summon Exodia, the Forbidden One!
But, like, yeah, no, I used to be really... Like, so I started out with Duel Links, and then I got into Master Duels. Master Duels is fun, I find. It's just... As of late, especially with how the meta in that game works, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to.
Nah, see, I'm keeping it a buck, and I'm gonna be honest here. Master Duels is fucking horse dog shit. Like horsey dog shit, bro.
Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
So, I'm sorry, but we're gonna cancel. Mako is not going to apart.
Hey, I don't want to be here if that's the case.
Okay, goodbye.
See ya.
Man just doesn't want to have to be forced to play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels.
Actually,
Man's just like, I have to play Master Duels? Nah, I'm fucking out.
I'm out, peace.
But, like, so recently, though, like, if we're talking, like, physical TCGs, I've gotten into the Digimon card game, which plays a lot like
yes.
Duel Masters. And then online, I've gotten into Hearthstone, Marvel Snap, and as of recently, the online Pokemon TCG. Which is...
Online Pokemon TCG? What the hell?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like... Yeah, like the actual
I know.
Pokemon TCG online. Like, I started playing that recently, and...
Here's a kind of cool part where you get booster packs, like the physical ones. There will be a
You
code.
can...
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a code in the pack, and you can use that pack to put in the cards you get into your TCC.
Well, they don't necessarily give you the exact cards, but you get... So, like, when you buy a physical booster pack, they give you a code card, you punch that code card, and you get the same type of booster pack, but the cards are all randomized still.
Okay.
It's still a lot of fun. It's just the only gripe I have with it is, like, you need to grind the fuck out of that game in order to be able to even remotely play it.
I could imagine that.
Well, no, because, like, the game will give you, like, 3 starter decks, which is fine, but, like, let me put it this way. I've been playing the game for about a week now. I haven't won a single game. Like,
I
it's
actually had a similar experience when I played that like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where I just couldn't find a win with the starter decks.
no, but that's exactly the thing, and it made me sad because like I know I have an old profile out there with like $2,000 worth of fucking Pokemon cards invested in, like the actual physical pack cards that would then have their codes like invested into that thing. Like I've got fucking really good cards from like the X and Y boosters that you can still surprisingly use too, but like I don't have access to it anymore, and I don't play the MTG arena thing anymore. Like it was fun, but I don't. I personally don't like set rotations. Set rotations are fucking lame.
No,
Hmm.
I completely agree.
Oh,
You should be able to use
okay.
all cards at all times.
Well, no, and what I mean by that is like set rotations are very lame, which is kind of why I enjoy games more like to a degree Hearthstone because there's set rotations once a year, and you get to kind of play with a lot of the same stuff.
That
But like
also the wild option.
and Wild, but like I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh or Digimon because they don't have set rotations. It's just they put out the cards and you can use up to 4 of any of them.
Actually, though,
And to me, that's a lot of fun, especially because it makes the ban lists a lot more interesting. And then you get fucking Magic the Gathering, where it's like, hey, we have 4 booster packs at a time that you're allowed to use at any given point in time.
oh Magic.
Dude, that's why I sold all my cards, because like Magic's a great game, but like honestly, it is so much more cost heavy than any of the other card games I've ever played.
Do you actually think it's a good game or no?
Magic, I think can be good. I think it can be fun. It's just again, it is very fucking cost heavy if you want to be able to play it. Because if you want to get into like standard, then it costs you a shit ton of money because you are constantly have to rotate what cards you're able to play every year. Whereas like with modern, you can just kind of play whatever.
Okay, I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Bad.
What up?
So speaking, we were just talking about money and how much money you'd spend on a card game and how it could be spent on a card game. Do you guys have any hobbies and how much you've spent on said hobbies? Like, what is your biggest hobby at the moment?
So like, what's our most expensive hobby? You mean?
Yes.
I collect Pokemon cards, and that can be somewhat expensive depending on what I want.
How
Yeah.
much have you spent roughly on Pokemon cards in the last like 2 years? Let's say
I guess
unspeakable amounts is what we're talking, or
I think enough that the people will look at me like I'm dumb.
fair enough.
Because I will pay for those elite bots. Which
Oh, the elite ones,
yeah,
yeah.
and it can cost up to $60 for a whole bot.
You know what? I can't say anything because I used to do that with the Magic the Gathering stuff. Was like a special set box would come out. It would be like $80, and it would be a single booster pack. And I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll spend $80 for all foils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so for me, my collectible ones, I've got a few different hobbies that are all expensive. For example, Mako, you know just as well as I do that I'm into gunplay. You gave me one today.
Yes, sir.
But like, yeah, gunplay can get pretty
Model
expensive
building.
because each individual model kit can range anywhere from like $40 to $100.
Or
And
even
then
more for like 250s if you want like some of the big premium ones.
Yeah, or even just like imports. Imports are expensive too.
Yes.
But like the thing is too is like you have to build these like you have to build them yourself, which on the one hand is really fucking cool, but on the other,
cathartic, too.
yes, but on the other, if you break even a small piece, you fucked up the entire thing and it's no longer good anymore.
Yeah, I've had that. I think my Galliantmon is the one that I lost a piece on, and I couldn't put its cape on the back, which is a pretty major set piece for Galliantmon. But
Yep. Or for example, I've got a Gundam that's missing an entire ass arm that I have to super glue back on.
Well,
And
what
until
happened
then,
to it?
So we went to our local antique mall
Mm-hmm.
and I bought it, but what I didn't realize was when I was buying it, it came with one of the arms already broken off. So the thing is the joint, like the one arm joint is broken, so like you can't like lock it back into position.
Ah.
So I would basically have to whenever I do this, super glue the arm back into place. Like there isn't going to be a pose. It's just going to be his one arm down at his side at all times, especially because it's the shield arm, anyways. But like that's the thing. Like they get expensive, especially because like certain pieces are just really fucking easy to break.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, for example, one of the Gundams that I also got came with a shield, and that shield was fucking annihilated because it just exploded upon me trying to put it together.
Yes, some of the pieces are so small, and if just the instruction booklets you use, at least for Gunpla, is purely Japanese with maybe some very little English in it.
If any, usually it's just you get a physical diagram.
Yes, and it doesn't quite explain to you the best if you put things upside down or not. But like once you realize it too late, you're
You know what?
built the leg.
I just realized what. Here's the best way of wording. It's like building IKEA furniture.
Yes.
No, actually, though, like if you look at a model kit and how they do the booklet, though, it's actually like just building fucking IKEA furniture. But back to the whole hobbies thing, because I got a few other ones that are kind of expensive. Just like Hades, I collect cards as well, but I collect Digimon. And Mako knows this. I spent $150. I think it was last month.
Yep.
On a booster box.
Yep,
Yeah,
we
here's
both
the
bought it on the
question.
same day.
Yeah, what's your question?
Was it worth it?
Yeah, because for the amount of cards I got, I was able to make 2 full decks out of them. Also, let's see here, 24 packs per box and about 12 cards, so, I'll just quickly do the math here for you guys. Calculator. 24 times 12... 252 cards.
Not bad.
Yep.
And it's reasonably a lot less expensive than doing something like going over to Walmart and buying a ton of packs instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah. What's your other hobby? Your expensive.
My last 2 expensive hobbies were taxidermy collecting, which I'm going to go through the prices on all of these after I'm done stating what they were. But taxidermy collection and collecting vinyl records.
Vinyl records.
Like I actually have a vinyl player in my room. It's just I don't have it hooked up to anything, so I can't really use it. Is more so the issue.
Fair.
But in terms of how much I've spent on all 4 of these hobbies, Digimon I've spent, well, as of right now, close to 250. I'm only just starting to get into it. But like Gundams, I have easily spent about 300-400 on. And then for the taxidermy, let's see here, that one, 2 over there, 3 in the bathroom. At least half.
All I gotta ask is, where do you work, man? It sounds like you make millions a week, man.
No, I don't. It's just I have a reasonably decent rent. My rent is reasonably cheap. That's it.
I'm surprised.
But the last one that...
Rent.
Look, man, if I have to, I run a guild.
Yeah, I'm on the office. I don't have to pay shit.
Yeah, but is that because you have a Hellion sugar daddy or some shit like that?
No.
Huh?
Not yet.
Oh, and as for the
How have I not heard of this?
For the vinyl records, I spent about 800.
To be fair, I abuse the hell out of film, so...
BDSM relationship, kinky.
Okay, Squid, they're being kicked out of the podcast, so...
Bitch, joke's on you, I came up with the name, I'm taking it with me, bye!
See ya.
Bye.
Enjoy the copyright.
Let's fucking go! He's gone, chat.
Fuck, he's back!
Fuck!
I forgot my house keys.
What I
oh yeah, you ever by my doorway way over there?
Oh, no, but like I lost my house keys. I can't get back in my house. I'm gonna have to stay here for a bit longer.
If you promise you watch the kids,
individual.
if you promise you watch the kids during the weekend.
I'm working this weekend. I can't. You know what? Tell you what. I'll
take them with you.
Tell you what. I can't take them with me. Not this job. It's a different type of job. But tell you what.
Fuck.
I'll tell you what. I'll take them next week. Full week.
Full week.
He demands
Next-
custody now.
Next week, full week, you'll just have to come pick him up on the Friday.
Very well. Make yourself at home.
But, anyway, I forgot what the fuck we were talking about.
Hobbies
Right, hobbies.
and how expensive they fucking are.
Extremely.
Yes.
Miko, what hobbies do you fucking have?
Well, I also build Gunpla. I'm pretty sure I got you sparked back into Gunpla.
Yep.
It's a fantastic hobby. It's just sitting there, just listening to music. Mainly vibe music.
And just build something.
Just building something. Just getting out of your own head and just cutting things, putting them together.
Honestly, in a lot of
It's just
ways.
primitive.
Well, I was gonna say, in a lot of ways, it's very reminiscent of just sitting at home and, like, as a kid on, like, Christmas morning and open up the Christmas gift, seeing a Lego set, and you just, for the rest of Christmas morning, are just sitting there building your Lego set.
Exactly.
That's kind of usually how it feels.
That's a perfect way to put it. Yes, and I've probably spent maybe $800 on that so far, if I had to guess. But my manga collection, on the other hand, is my real grim hobby. I have about 7. Now I only have 5, but I have 7 bookcases worth of books probably.
Oh, yeah, the manga?
Yeah, and it's about a $30,000 collection.
Yeah, no, actually, no,
I've been
Hades, straight up,
collecting
like,
for about 6 years now.
no, Hades, straight up, like, next time I go over to his place, I will take a picture for you to see this collection, because, like, actually, it's, like, 7, like, you know the library shelves that they use? Like, the big it is 7 of those filled with manga. Like, there is not a single shelf that does not have a full roll of manga on it.
And they're even like
Okay,
double. Some of them are even
here's my
double stacked.
question. Where are you storing these? Putting them? Like, you had to have a big ass room for that.
I don't.
Yeah, he
I
does.
do have a pretty big ass room.
Yeah, actually, no, he's basically, like, his bedroom's the equivalent size of, like, a master bedroom.
Damn,
Yeah.
lucky you.
Cause I got the basement room when we renovated.
The cash.
Yeah, dude, I got the basement room too, but you know what? My basement room's more the size of a fucking Harry Potter closet.
Get back to work, Harry!
The kids took the massive room because, they needed more space.
True, I get that.
That's how it works.
I mean, hey, at least y'all ain't sleeping in in a burlap sack in the janitor's closet.
Hey, you're sleeping on my couch. Be thankful.
Just till I find my house keys.
Your couch is a fucking broom closet?
No, this is basically, those beds full of spikes? Like,
Yes.
Like beds?
You go to a museum and they have that bed of spikes you get rain on and all that crap?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right there, but a cushion over them.
Mmm.
That sounds
Okay.
scrumptious.
Oh, they're actually really.
Where can I get one?
I'll tell you
Question.
what. I see if I can send one up there somehow.
Question.
Yeah.
Y'all think I should swap from the burlap sack to a hammock?
I guess.
Bet. Alright, anybody else got any other questions that they want to ask quickly?
Okay, here's one.
Bet.
What video game? Okay, we said the video game have amazing gameplay, characters, all that shit, but the fucking story itself completely ruins shit. Like, not completely ruins shit, but
So, okay, basically what you're asking, gameplay 10.
yeah.
Basically everything is a 10 except for the story, which is like a 5 at bare minimum, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Alright, give me a few seconds to think about that, but Mako, you got a game like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking as well because I've played so many. Like,
Yeah, no, actually,
I'm always playing JRPGs. They mostly, for the most part, have pretty good stories. Like,
Okay, so
at best they have the best in the business. At worst, they have moderately bad.
Mediocre.
stories. Yeah,
okay,
mediocre.
so I'm gonna ask this question before I go into mine. Do you guys care about spoilers about Cyberpunk 2077?
Oh no.
No, because the anime itself is basically a spoiler.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ah.
Okay, so So you guys know about Shiny Silverhand in the game, right? Guy who,
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
yeah. So how this work is basically you have this biochip in your head, right? That have Shiny's personality in it, like his whole soul in it, right?
Yep.
So turn out the chip is slowly killing you, like they're basically trying to take over your body. So the whole main story is you finding a way to get this biochip out before they, kill you.
Mhm.
So two main gripes I have with this. One, the biochip itself only adds up during the main story. You can do anything you want. You can do side quests. You can
Yeah.
collect hop like collectibles, all that crap. But the biochip never bugs you. But during the
Nope.
main stories, oh shit, I need to speed this up. I'm dying here, Johnny. Johnny, help me.
Johnny!
Johnny, get the fuck out of my head, you dick.
Costco it, Johnny!
Sonny, back in my day, we used to use machine guns to
Shut
kill our
your
enemies.
mouth, you fucking little weasel. Jesus, bro.
So the reason why I asked about spoilers, because I'm gonna spoil all the main stories endings. With
Spoil it.
spoilers. So basically,
Now.
okay, shut the fuck up, you shark ass. So basically, no matter what, in the end, you will die. At least that one
Yep.
they hitting at. Uh, like out of two of the stories. Okay, so let me tell you about the one I got. So basically, they removed the biochip from me. And mind you, the people who removed it are the same one who made the chip, right?
Yep.
So they remove it, and they try to do tests on you to see, oh, are you healthy? Oh, that's it. So days keep going by, and you're getting sick and tired of the tests until they decide to tell you, hey, we removed the chip, but we basically got you radiation poison from doing it.
Oh, God.
So here are your two options. We can put you in the ship like we did to Sandy, or you could go back to Earth and live out the rest of your life, which is 6 months. So
Ah,
Yeah.
so he has cancer.
yes. So my biggest gripe about that is one, you are the very same people who made this stupid ass ship. How the fuck did y'all not see this coming? Excuse me, like that's a shitty ass writing to me. Like y'all made
Actually,
this.
no.
You made
Actually,
this.
though.
How the fuck did you not go, oh shit, they're cooking him radiation poisoning? Like what?
It's a hard thing to say because, like,
And it's like, and when you look into the other end, it's they basically the same thing, just slightly coated with a different paint. Which is, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Excuse me? And I'm gonna get into fucking Atom Smasher for one moment.
Adam Smasher.
Yeah.
I'll
Fuck
smash
that
his atoms. Wait,
guy. Man, shut up!
Shut up.
fine. I'll just
Man,
mute myself.
What the fuck? Unmute yourself, Squid.
Coward. Unmute.
Now. Wham, no, unmute yourself, you little bitch.
Wham wham no. Okay, sorry, you were saying.
So let me say this. Whoever designed the fucking Atom Smasher fight, I pray to God you never make it out of boss fight. Because that was the most biggest letdown I ever have in a fight, in a final
You want to
boss.
know a little Easter egg about that?
What?
Fucking the guy who made Strive did the game, did the combat,
Huh.
did the Adam Smasher fight.
And like, here's the thing. So let me tell you my experience with him. As soon as the fight shot, his health is already at 50%. So because
Bro,
just because he decided to run near me, and mind you, I'm running a katana build that relies on slowing down
Hey, same as me,
time.
man.
So I already had his health 50%. And you know what this motherfucker did? Shove one
What's
in the
up?
What?
way. Shove one in the way. Like a real bitch, and spam missiles at me with summoning goons to keep him protected.
Oh, he sounds like a puppet player in a fighting game.
Yeah, you.
Now I know it's me.
Yeah, you little weasel.
Yeah.
And here's a fucking.
Get stuck in.
Jesus fucking Christ. And here's the other fucking thing. The fucking arena for the place kind of tells the other stories because there was multiple platforms, well not platform, but big pillars around the fucking area, which just said that you will have to use them to block something. But it's like, nope. He's just gonna stop running, spam missiles, and but that's it. That's Shadow Smasher, boys. Like
Okay.
the fucking anime made him more intimidated than he actually is.
Fuck Adam Smasher.
Hmm.
Hey,
I hate Adam Smasher.
They make you feel better. I finish him off with Rebecca shotgun.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing.
Okay, so here's the question: are we asking for like a serious statement on the like everything's a 10 but the story? Because I have a joke answer that's accurate, but I also have a legitimate answer. But the reason why I say this for it is not what you'd think it is.
Okay.
So my joke answer is Tower Unite.
Also,
Because the game doesn't have a story at all.
You're right. You're a funny guy.
And it's actually a really solid game. But no, like, okay, so my legitimate answer is this. I played this game called That Dragon Cancer a while back. I bought it back in like really early, like 2020. Played it early 2021.
He said That Dragon Cancer.
So it's That Dragon, comma Cancer. And so the thing about this game is it's a walking simulator.
Oh,
The walking
God.
simulator is made. Now, to clarify, I'm going to explain the story. The story you are playing through is you are playing as a father who finds out that his child has cancer. And you are, as the father, playing a walking simulator where you are experiencing this father, like, as he's going through with his kid living with cancer up until his kid passes away. Now, the thing is the game dev who made this game is the actual dad that you play as in the game. Mm-hmm. And you are playing through his actual story of how he lost his kid.
Yeah.
And so, the thing is, story-wise, I will actively say it is a 10. But I use it on this statement because, yeah, story-wise, it might be a 10. But it is the saddest fucking story you will get to experience. And I'll be honest, I don't cry a lot, especially not during like games or movies. Like, you have to hit me with like a really, really devastatingly sad moment. Like, I think there are 2 games successfully that have made me cry, and that is Nier Automata and
Perfect
that
subject. I want to ask this question after.
Right after, sure, and That Dragon Cancer.
Okay.
And That Dragon Cancer is one of the few games that has managed to make me like continuously cry throughout the entirety of the playthrough.
That bad, eh?
No, dude, again, it is just really, it's not even bad, it's just that sad to have to sit down and actually, like, because you remember, you're not just playing a game, you are playing through the game dev's actual real-life experience. And I think it's that part alone that makes it fucking hit so hard and makes it that bad.
True. Okay, I can actually see that more now. Yeah, you're probably... Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, had you not known that, do you think it would have been as bad, though?
Oh, no, had I not known that, or had somebody not told me that, I would have just probably have played through the game, probably thought, wow, this was a very interesting... like, it would have been a very interesting story to tell and all that, but I would have just probably sat there and just be like, huh, I wonder what would have led somebody to have come up with this, blah, 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 all that stuff. Like, I probably would have theorized a lot about it more so than just thinking, oh, wow, this is actually really sad. This is, like... Because you feel bad for the guy. Hell, you know what's the worst part, too?
What's up?
I think his name was like Total Biscuit or something like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
liked
I know
him
where
growing
this is
up.
going.
Yeah, but so you know how he passed away from cancer, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There is an actual like thank you tribute to him in that game too.
Really?
Hmm.
So what happened was there was a bunch of people who happened to donate money towards the game, and then there was also so like there was those people that got their little tribute, but then there was also people that the game dev knew that were big like members of the YouTube community that happened to have been dealing with similar scenarios that he had also put in a tribute for.
Hmm.
But
Oh
anyways, yeah, let's try and get to something a little lighter. You said something about wanting to talk about near.
no, no. My question was, I was gonna go even worse. I was gonna ask because you were saying games that you cried to. I was gonna ask Hades here what games he's
Oh, if
cried
there
to,
was
if
any
any.
games he's cried to.
Yeah, but it's not very
Oh.
positively
Oh.
topicked.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be positively topicked. It can still be negatively topicked as long as we can find a way to make this a positive thing for us.
Why?
True.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, yeah, showing your sensitive side, I'd say that's a pretty positive thing, being able to show that you're sensitive. So, yeah, I guess that's the real question. Is there any games that have made you feel very sensitive while playing them?
To the moon.
Really?
That's a good one.
You never. Yeah.
Haven't played it. I don't know anything about it,
So
so.
basically, you play these agents. So they work for a company that basically can go into someone's mind that is dying, and they basically can give them the final wish. What?
Okay.
So the guy you doing, he basically wanted to go to the moon because he promised his childhood friend and wife that they would go to the moon together. But
Mm,
here's the thing, she died. I don't remember how she died, but
yeah.
she died before
It's
they
been
could
way too long.
ever attempt into it. So the whole premise is you try to achieve that goal for him. But
You know what? Okay,
hold on,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on,
This is.
hold on.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you
Yeah,
finish.
here's the depressive part. You and the other character that is in his mind come to the conclusion the only way you could probably achieve his dream is by basically erasing his mind, a memory of his wife. That's
Oh
his.
yeah, that is the yeah.
That is, and there was not a guarantee that it would work.
No.
Hmm.
And luckily they still get to go to the moon together at the end.
Yes, luckily.
But you know what the most fucking depressing part is? The fucking music. I will send you the music after we done talking, Squid.
Bet.
So
Blimey.
So yeah, that's my answer. What about you, Mako? I want to hear. I want to hear
Oh,
this.
uh, God, what was the last one that did this to me? Um, honestly, from a nostalgia standpoint and just an absolute love of this game in general, the Ballad of the Champions DLC for Breath of the Wild, the
Okay.
picture at the end that they take together.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just seeing that picture and how happy they were before they all. I mean, obviously it's a 6-year-old game. They all died,
Yeah.
but it's like when they were all happy together and happy times was actually like touching for me. It was like I was like, yeah, I wish I could have seen that.
Mhm. So should I talk about the near scene that made me cry then, I guess?
Do
Sure,
it.
if you want to.
Okay, so the
I'm
near
just gonna. I know I have more, so I'm gonna think as well while you're going.
that because like there is one
Well,
other game that made me cry, but not in
funny,
like the it was sad sense.
funny enough, I have another one and it made by the same company. But I was going.
Lol.
Well, I know.
But so the near scene that made me cry was wait, actually Hades, how much of that game do you know about? Because this is gonna get really heavy into spoilers.
What game?
Near Automata.
Mm, I started playing it, but I kind of get killed off because the combat is kind of mid to me, in my opinion. So I'm sure.
You know what?
Really?
That's fair. No, because here's my honest opinion. I agree with that. Combat gets very kind of boring and repetitive when you're doing Act 1, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Act 2, though, I find is when it gets a little more interesting because you can do like the little. So they have a hacking minigame in Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And how it works is you'll hack the enemy and then it puts you into like a bullet hell segment. I find that to be a little more fun because it was the whole bullet hell aspect. Plus, it changes whatever music is playing from the current music it is to chiptune, and that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But so, long story short, during Act 3, basically near the end of the game, there is a scene in which you are pretty much fighting a bunch of different, like as 9S, the little robot that fucking fights alongside with you for the most part during the game. You are fighting multiple variations of 2B, and once you kill the last one, mind you, he gets his arm fucking lopped off during this fight. So, like, during this fight, he is taking the sword that he has in his hand and is repeatedly stabbing the 2B unit, screaming at her and screaming that they're his, like, it's his memories and to give them back to him. And the thing is that scene makes me cry because what you don't realize up until that point is that 2B's entire programming is on top of being a combat unit. She is specifically designed so that if whatever partner she is working with starts to go rogue in any sense, be it like digging too deep for information or actually going rogue, she is designed to assassinate them and reset their memory programming.
Yep.
So basically, what you find out is throughout the entirety of the game, whether you realize it or not, 2B is consistently killing 9S because he keeps getting too close to the truth about certain things within their actual organization, and she's been doing it to protect him the entire time. Meanwhile, it's this inner conflict between the two of them. Anyways, long story short, he kills her and then cuts off her own arm and then, like, cauterizes it to his. And throughout the rest of the game, you are now forced to play as 9S, but he's got 2B's little fucking, like, arm with the little doily fucking bands, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, with the little arm glove that she has. But yeah, so that one made me cry, and then another game that made me cry, but not for good reasons. You remember Sonic Forces?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I beat the game in about 4 hours, and then cried due to how fucking pathetic and short it was. No, like, dude, let me put it this way, okay? I pre-ordered the game from my local game, well, not GameStop, but I'm calling it GameStop because that's what you guys have. I know you'll know what is that.
Yeah, go on.
I picked it up from my local game, like pre-ordered it from my local GameStop, beat it the same day, went back, handed it to him and told him, hey, my copy doesn't work, can I trade this back in?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I beat all of Sonic Forces, then walked back to the store and just told him, hey, this game doesn't work, can I trade it for something else? And then I just traded it in for a brand new $80 game. I think I literally traded in so I could pre-order Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. And the worst part is, I forgot about that pre-order, came back for it, well, didn't come back for it, I came back, like, years later, and somebody finally reminded me, it's like, hey, just so you know, you've got this pre-order for, like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 that's, like, 6 months past due. Do you still want that, or do you want to, like, just trade it in for something else?
Oh my god, no way.
So here's the thing.
Oh
Because I had pre-ordered it, though, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, you get to trade it in for what the current price... Like, I got to trade it in at the $80 price and just trade it in for a brand new game. So, long story short, that's actually how I ended up getting my copy of fucking Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Amazing. Hold on. Oh my god.
What a wild ass story.
Mm-hmm. You know, I just committed fraud in order to get my money back for a game that I beat in 4 hours.
Yeah, you're actually kind of right. You did.
Oh my god.
And you know what the funniest part? I did that for Sonic Freeriders too.
No, you didn't.
No, actually, the one for the Kinect. The one for the Kinect, yeah, dude. Okay, do you remember when Angry Joe? Okay, firstly, do either of you guys remember who Angry Joe is?
Yeah.
Angry Joe show, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So he did an episode on it where he talked about it and he went into it with it's the one that they have for the Kinect, like it's the Sonic Air Riders but for the Kinect. And he went in there, handed it back to him, and he told them straight up, "This game does not work. It is broken." And he worded it as this: "The game starts. The game works. But this game does not work because it's broken." And he sat there for 20 minutes and forced them to play it. I didn't go that far. I basically just told them, they're like, "Look, you try to play the game, the controls don't work the way they're designed to. This game is fundamentally broken. Like, this game does not work." I managed to convince my local GameStop to just fucking remove, like, push out every fucking unit of Sonic Free Riders they had.
Jesus Christ.
Why would you guys let your local place into doing something like that?
Yeah, and you know what the worst part is too? The game had been out for 2 months at the time. And I managed to convince them to put it out on sale for 50% off for a brand new fucking game.
Hey, yo.
Holy fuck.
Dude,
People gotta be wary of you, man. Like, you gotta...
I got a silver tongue, man. No, but also, your boy knows games, and your boy pays attention to games, like, to the point of... Okay, let me explain it this way. I came home after hanging out with Mako for a bit today. I came home, I saw my stepmom was playing a game, and I just kind of looked at the font. Like, I just saw the pause menu font, and I'm like, that's Bug Snacks.
Oh, she was playing Bug Snacks?
She was playing Bug Snacks, but, like, so she's got the things, like, paused, and she's at, the very starting scene where you're talking to the lady in her office, C. Crumbly Clumbernut, or whatever the fuck the character's name is. But, like, I walk in the door, I just see the font of the pause menu, and I'm like, oh, you're playing Bug Snacks? And she's just like, how the fuck do you know I'm playing this? I'm like, well, one, I 100% of this game. Like, I've beaten this thing. But two, also, I have played this game so much so to the point where it's like, I am able to recognize the game just off the pause menu font alone.
Actually, though.
That's funny.
No, but like, real talk though, Hades, if I can be honest, if I could suggest the actual game to you, Bug Snacks, surprisingly worth it.
I will think on it whenever I decide to get back onto doing this.
Do it.
Oh, I'm not even just saying as like a stream thing. Like, I'm just saying if you're looking for a game to play in your free time, like, it's a pretty solid game.
I also thought of a couple other games that made me cry.
Hold on. I was waiting for him to be done.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting here like, Bet, I've just been waiting for both of you to tell me what you came up with.
You were just blabbering on, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
you saved us, man!
I think, yeah, I'm the hero hell needs. Forget what the game called. Okay, so this game is called Finding Paradise. Mind you, that is made by the same company that I talk about with the other game, To the Moon. So the idea is still the same. You go into your client head and try to give them the last riffs.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The client never told you what he wants. So it says throughout the whole game, you are trying to figure out what he wants. And this whole time, you've been seeing him with this young girl that he met when he was a kid. So throughout the whole time, you are seeing both of him and this woman, you know, growing up together, all that shit, being teenagers, all that shit, growing up together. So as more time go on, your partner that is helping you is suggesting that they should do what they did with the last patient in the last game, erasing the person. But here's the thing. The person actually fought back. But she was aware of you guys' presence throughout the whole game. So, you know, you two... Oh, yeah, she was completely aware of y'all. Also, here's the funny thing. There was actually a fucking Final Fantasy reference in the fucking game. Like,
actually?
Yeah, I think it was 7. A reference to 7.
Damn, okay.
The Sephiroth fight.
Bro? They have the Sephiroth fight in there?
You would say also you have to be done. So
even still.
Oh, you're not done. Okay, so my bad.
So I'm gonna skip to the very end. So guess what? This whole time, the woman that y'all been seeing and fighting was an imaginary person to him.
Oh.
Really?
He made her up because he was so depressed and lonely that he made her up because
So what I'm hearing is man pulled a Fight Club.
Basically.
he was so depressed and lonely that he made up a fictional woman in his head and basically grew up with her because he was that depressed and lonely. Until she decided when he turned 18 or something to basically tell him, listen, you're a grown man now. You need to go out and live, all that shit. And basically abandon him where he had no one left. Well,
Jesus.
and it turned out his final wish was just to see her one more time. To catch up with her, all that.
Damn, that is sad.
Alright, let me tell you, the fucking music was depressing. So
Yeah, I remember the music being very sad.
what about you, Mako? You say you
I was just
had-
gonna say a couple Final Fantasy games, to be honest.
Oh? Yeah.
Sound like a giga Chad Final Fantasy fan.
Go for it, Giga Chad.
Just the remake of 7. Because I loved the old one, and I just love seeing it, like,
Like updated.
how much has changed. Yeah. And then Final Fantasy 10.
Oh, 10.
nine.
I love 10
9
so
and 10.
much. I love 10 so much.
Yeah, and 9's really sad too.
I never finished 9, so I knew.
Very sad, man.
Yeah, like with 10, it's really fucking depressing.
Yeah,
Especially
it is.
seeing how the main character had to go through all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
Just to die. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, technically he come back in the 2 ending or S2, but
Technically.
yeah, but they kind of sound like they have relationship problems, and I'm like, come on, dog.
I heard rumors a while back that they're gonna make a Final Fantasy 3, like 10-3. I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
I could see it being possible.
yeah, does that look like they focus on Sanford the most right now, and
Yeah.
MMO?
Yeah, for the most part. Well, that and the new one that they're working on, which... quick question, Hades.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any interest in the new Final Fantasy that they've been working on? 16, I think it was?
No, I have not. I even know they're working on a new one.
Dude, okay, the only thing I've seen
It's
from
the
that...
most looking game ever made.
The only thing I've seen from the game's trailer is that you get to turn into one of the summons and fight as it.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, like, your main character turns into Ifrit, and you get to fight people, like, other fucking, like, summons as Ifrit. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, okay, but here's the thing. If I can do that with Ifrit, that's one thing. But can I do this with the other summons? Because holy hell,
Yeah,
if I
imagine being
can.
like Alexander, bro, just being a giant castle mech.
Not,
That'd be
not,
fucking sick.
not, dude, I just want to be Bahamut.
Yeah, but I mean, Bahamut's in the game already, so
No, but, like, I
There's
want to
eight
play as
Bahamut.
Bahamut.
okay, you're probably not gonna be able to. But
I want to be fucking Anima. Like, I know that ain't gonna happen because that's a Final Fantasy X thing, but still, that
yeah,
would
it's
be
pretty much exclusive. Yeah,
that would
sadly.
be yeah, but that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay.
Fuck, I love Final Fantasy, man. And
Okay. Anyone have any other topics?
I do have some, but also I have a specific topic that's just for you, Hades, because I know you like this drink as much as I do.
Okay, go for it.
Have you tried the new Mountain Dew Pitch Black?
I have like, you hear this? That was like bars, a case of them.
Yeah, dude, I recently tried it. I'm gonna be honest, like, out of all the fucking Mountain Dews, it is probably currently my second favorite.
what's your first?
Baja Blast.
Oh, of course.
Hell yeah, baby.
I gotta try both Baja Blast and this. What is that one? Black Label?
Yeah.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Yeah.
But it's like, so they got the Baja Blast, which is the one you can get from Taco Bell. But so they recently started putting that one out to be able to buy, but the other one they had that I really liked was Code Red.
Code Red was good.
And this one just beat out Code Red for me, so
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was my question more so for Hades. Now my question for the two of you is more so this. do you guys have any games that you just kind of like, you've beaten it already, but you still go back to from time to time and just replay
All
the
the
shit
time.
out of it? Okay, what
All the
game?
time. My first one would probably just be like keep it simple. Ocarina of Time,
Fair enough.
Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword,
Hmm.
those kind of games. Just like games are like really nostalgic for me. I don't know, because that's recently that's what I've all been about is like nostalgia.
Fair
Like
enough, I get that.
I'm taking like a step back and like appreciating what I was into and seeing if I can get further into it.
No, I get that.
Which for a few things I can, like Pokemon and
Yeah.
um,
I was gonna say Hades. Do you got anything like that though?
blanking there.
I would have to think. So
Fair enough. I'll let you think. Then I guess I'll just talk about mine while you do it.
yeah, go for it.
Like so, for me, the game that's like that has been as of recent Mortal Kombat Deception. Because like Hades, I know you're not too into the Mortal Kombat games. That's completely understandable. I
Yeah,
get that.
I got used to you on this, so good. Yeah, have fun.
What I was going to say was this specifically about the game is Deception specifically I like because it has conquest mode, which is essentially just story mode. But so here's the thing. Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the game that came after this, had conquest mode be like this 3D beat 'em up style game mode, whereas Deception in this game acted Deception's conquest mode acts like both a tutorial and an open world RPG.
Mm.
Like you actually get to run around and experience the game's lore without it being just carnage, violence,
Yeah,
bloodshed. Like you actually get to like the lore in the game actually turns out to be really fucking cool.
it definitely reminded me of like Shaolin Monks, which is my favorite Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
game.
But like I was gonna say, it reminds me a lot of like playing Shaolin Monks, or for like another game that's maybe not a fighting game that it kind of reminded me of. Um, trying to think.
By the way, I got my answer. Which
I
is,
also have
which
Final
is,
Fantasy 9 as well.
which is
for me.
funny because I've been replaying it. Fucking Shadow of the Colossus. I've been
Hey yo, okay, that's a solid game though.
like
Yeah, it is.
I could beat that game in like 16 times. I would never get tired of it, no
Yep.
matter what.
No, actually though.
I feel that.
Dude.
It's a great game.
But yeah, I do also had one quick question as well though that I wanted to quickly ask.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
On top of all that, do you guys have any games that you've played it, you've beat it, and you've hated it so much that as soon as you beat it, you're just like, uninstall this game?
Oh,
But
that's a tough one.
specifically, the statement on this is you have to have at least beaten this game.
Okay, do you have one first? Because I'm
I need
actually
to, yeah,
thinking
I
about
need
this
to
one.
think.
No, I'm currently thinking about it too. That's the thing. I don't necessarily have one off the top of my head, but like I know there's a few games that were like that for me.
um,
Actually, no, I know exactly which one that was for me. First BioShock.
oh, okay.
Like, I played that game on stream. I beat the game on stream, and I did not have any fun with it near like I was enjoying it for the first half, and then as it progressively went on and on and on, and I started to go further, I realized like there's a lot of small little issues that kept the game from being fun for me. For example, it would tell you like, hey, this is your mission, this is what you need to do, but there would be no arrow telling me, okay, this is where you need to go, like it would with other objectives. It's just like, go find it, fucker, and it's like, okay, but where the fuck am I going?
Okay, I got my answer. You're gonna laugh at this one.
No, go for it. I want to hear this shit.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I fucking hate the story. And during that time, I even hate the gameplay of it. I should.
So it's funny you should say that because I agree with that on the story mode though. Like I fucking hate that game's story so much.
And fucking during that time, I thought the fucking how you supposed to fight was stupid as hell.
See, for me, it wasn't that so much that I found was stupid. It's just everything else was like the story mode is absolutely abysmal. Like it is unironically abysmal.
Man, Neko, you still thinking?
I think he left.
He's gone. He's he's dead. Hey yo.
1 second. It could have been an internet issue on his end too.
Probably.
Because like it did say he was online like 30 seconds ago. But yeah. Shit, what was I gonna say though?
Something about Fighter Z or something.
Oh yeah, my issue with Fighter Z was that story mode was actually just hot dog shit. Like, game itself, fun, but like the story mode is just, it feels so very uninspired, if I'm being honest. Like, it almost feels like it was something that was written by a fanfic creator, which is funny because Taro didn't come into the scene until later.
Why?
No, actually, I think that's still the one thing I'm still mad about with Super, is that, like, everybody's going on like, oh yeah, Super's great, Super's wonderful, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, Super's being written by a fanfic author. It's not even touched by Akira Toriyama anymore.
Okay, what part made you think they were hit by a fucking fan?
Now wait, what do you mean by what part? What part of not Yoko Taro? What part of...
Super.
There's a lot in Super that felt like it was just fan writing. For example, if we're talking about the anime specifically, there was the Aurelie filler episode, which is fine, that's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was that fucking battle against that pink slime Vegeta.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that, right? That felt very fanficky. Honestly, just the entire writing structure of how Super works, because, like, you notice how with the initial one, like, the original series for it, it was like... So, like, you have the Saiyan Saga, which leads into the Namek Saga, because you're trying to figure out, like, oh, you defeated the Saiyans, they leave, and, like, Goku technically dies at the end of fucking Raditz being there. He comes back in time for the actual Saiyan Saga, and then has to go to Namek.
Yeah.
It's like, so, each arc has one thing that slowly leads into the next arc. Whereas with these ones, none of the arcs really felt like it's set up for the next arc. It just kind of felt like the next arc just happened. For example, you had, like, the opening arc, which is just kind of like whatever's going on was going on. Yeah. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But then you've got, like, the, what was it? You've got the arc with fucking, Goku and, like, the Universe 7 and whatever the fuck tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You've then got the fucking... From there, it went into, like, a couple filler arcs. And then you had the fucking Zamasu saga, which, while the Zamasu saga is fine, it doesn't coherently have anything that leads up to it. And so, like, it just feels very much like fanfic art writing in the sense where it's like none of these arcs really connect into the other one. These arcs just sort of happen.
Right.
And so, like, that's kind of where that kind of came from. Also, Mako just texted me. He said he's having some net issues, so he'll be back in a few minutes.
Damn.
Well, hey, at least we know that it's net issues and not that he's actually fucking dead. Because I was actually just saying, it's like, I hope he's okay.
Yes. Don't worry, they're not rushing to him. They could kill him or anything, you know.
Nah, he's too strong for that, I think.
That's avocado fry.
Well, now. But, yeah, that's kind of where I think, like, it got fanficky. Not only that, but now if you kind of go into, like, the manga, you know how there's that entire Moro, the thing?
I think I do.
Okay, so there's Moro who kind of feels like... The writing with him is actually pretty good. Basically, it's supposed to be... His whole concept is he's actually really weak, yeah. But his ability is he's able to steal the energy of the people he's fighting and use it as his own.
Why? So
basically, the longer you fight him, the progressively worse fighting him becomes.
Mm-hmm.
Dude basically had this like he gets the Dragon Balls and makes a wish, but at no point throughout him making like this wish is it ever hinted at that the wish he makes is something he's going to actually want or would even wish for. Like it just kind of he makes a wish that just sort of happens and there was no build up towards.
Right.
Which, while again, on the one hand, it can work, it does also kind of feel again very what's the word I'm looking for? Fan fiction-y. So yeah, but yeah, that's my statement on the Dragon Ball Super thing. Shit. I had a thing I wanted to ask, and I forgot what the fuck it was now because I got worried about Mako.
Fuck, I don't have any more questions. I'm trying to think of one. Fuck. So what do you think of Hell? You like what?
Wait, what do I think of what?
Hell. You like?
It's not bad.
You like?
It's kind of cozy.
Yeah.
Really warm.
Yeah, it's a way to rent to hitch.
Honestly, dude, I'm kind of jealous. You probably don't have to pay for heating, do you?
No, but we had to pay a lot for air conditioners.
I could see how you need that during like the summer and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the summer. They make it difficult to walk outside with this suit on. Oh, the fucking squid died? Oh,
No, I'm here. I'm just cracking my neck, sorry.
you tiny little neck.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, I guess going back to other games though that like I really hated to the point of like after beating it I just uninstalled it. Pre-sequel, like Borderlands pre-sequel, I 100%ed that game with another friend like really early when it came out, and it is so much so to the point where like I cannot even willingly install the game again.
Damn.
Like, it is so much so to the point where you will have to, like, somebody would have to put me at gunpoint at my own computer and alcohol in my system for me to reinstall it.
Okay, so here's a good question.
But
If you could make any MMO game with any game franchise, what would it be?
see, that's the thing, because I'm not really into MMOs, so it really depends on how the MMO's done. But, That's a really good question, because, like, here's the thing. When I think of MMOs, there's a certain MMO... You know what? Here's the thing. There is an MMO I want, but it's not from, like, a... It is from a specific IP that already existed and was already as an MMO. Okay? Yeah. So, what I actually want to see isn't, like, a new MMO. I just want them to bring back Club Penguin.
Oh, I'm sad now.
Same, dude. Especially because, like, technically speaking, they still have Club Penguin. It's just, now if you actually go look it up for the site that it's on, you're also going to get yourself put on a fucking watch list.
Oh, yeah.
No, because the thing is it's called New Club Penguin.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. New, and then Club Penguin's the acronym. So for the chat, you can guess what it is.
Oh my god. Ugh.
And you know what the worst part is too?
Yeah.
So I jumped on there once, okay, with a friend. Like, a friend was telling me about it, and like, yeah, if you want to experience Club Penguin again, you can try it again. Like, I know a site for it. But, like, the thing is like, dude, okay, it is New Club Penguin, and then they have standard servers, okay?
Yeah.
And then 18 plus servers. There is no real way of, like, let me put it this way. You can click on an 18 plus server. The only thing it does to try and do like any form of like barring people from entering it is, are you 18? Check the box, yes or no.
What?
So that's the thing. The site doesn't really have the proper moderation for that. And that's why as soon as I saw that, it's just like, me and this person played on it for like an hour and a half. I experienced old school Club Penguin, but I did not talk to a single soul while in there because I did not want to take any chances. Because, like, that's the thing. There were people talking to each other very lewdly in there. And that's the thing. You have no way of verifying how old those people actually are in that server. Because, again, there is no proper way to moderate it. So, yeah, I basically, as soon as my friend showed me that, I played on with them for an hour, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I think I'm good to never play this again.
Boah.
Also, the one thing that I found fun, though, was, you remember you remember those pets that you had to, like, initially subscribe to get?
Yeah, I think I do.
They had these things called pets or whatever the fuck they were called.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, like, they were like these little cotton balls with eyes and mouths. The idea was each one had a color and a personality associated with the color, and the thing was they had a bunch of different ones that were like white, rainbow, cat themed, orange, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they were all locked behind you having to subscribe to Club Penguin's subscription service to be able to get it.
Right.
Additionally, you had to do that to be able to get like more than I think 2 pets at a time.
Yeah.
This new one basically just made it so any of the subscription stuff is just free now.
Huh. Interesting.
So, like, again, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's interesting, you can try it out, it's fun, but be wary. Be very, very fucking wary.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that.
I don't blame you. Honestly, I think I'd actually rather just go play Habbo Hotel instead.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing was, so originally it was under the name of Club Penguin Rewritten,
Mm-hmm.
except Disney Disney got it taken down, and I think that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the one thing I will say that I think that's actually more funnier is the fact that there is actual legitimate Club Penguin video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up, they had Club Penguin Game Day for the Wii, and then they had, like, Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force for the Nintendo DS.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, dude, I remember them too. So, like, the thing is, I actually remember owning the fucking Club Penguin, like, Penguin Force games.
Right.
They had 2 of those. They had that one, and they had Herbert's Revenge, where you were going up against a polar bear. But, like, it's just so fucking surreal to me as, like, how big of a thing Club Penguin was in our childhoods.
Yeah.
And then just, like, to the point where it had actual, like, its own video games being made in the same way that they did it with Neopets, for crying out loud.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, fuck, man, do you remember Neopets?
No.
Okay, so little site that you'd go on to, essentially you could make your own pet, adopt them, and like the idea is it was one site that acted like a board site, essentially. It was made by Nickelodeon initially.
Mm-hmm.
Except now I don't think it's actually owned by Nickelodeon, it's owned by just like its own company. But anyways,
Listen,
huh?
I got time for one more question, so I'm gonna ask a big question, and we're gonna call it quits.
Do you mind if we just finish explaining this last little bit first?
Yeah, go for it.
Bet. So, like, the thing with the Neopets site is, like, the entire site was set up so that you would go on there, and so, like, they had their own world with its own lore that you could explore, and the idea is you just click on the little tabs, and it would bring you to, like, little areas in the place. They had individual Flash games that you used to be able to play, not anymore, though, because Flash is no longer available, shit like that.
Yeah.
But, like, it was honestly a really solid site, and I remember as a kid, Neopets had, like, 5 different video games, a few of which were for, like, the PlayStation 2, and then they had one for the PSP, of all things.
Right.
But anyways, I am ready for your final question.
If you could revive for any game franchise, any
Legacy of
no,
Kain.
no, I'm not done. But the company that owned IP is the one that get to decide the game decision. No matter how bad a game company might be, what would it be?
Legacy of Kain still, because it's owned by Square Enix.
Okay, fair.
So I at least have faith that even if they don't do it to the exact degree of what it used to be, like, so even if they don't remaster or remake the games exactly as those games were made, I know that the story writing will still be solid enough and the gameplay for whatever they choose to do will still be solid enough that I'll still enjoy it.
Fair enough.
But, like, otherwise, yeah, no. There's not many games. Actually, no, there's 2 more I can think of, actually.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is the Spider-Man Maximum Carnage game for the Super Nintendo. It was like you remember how they made the Shredder's Revenge?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be like a almost like a pseudo remake of Turtles in Time to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of deal. I want because like Maximum Carnage was a side-scrolling beat 'em up where you got to pick to either play as like Spider-Man or Carnage. But the thing is, there was also a bunch of different like Marvel guest characters that would randomly show up.
Mm-hmm.
So like my thought process was like you could turn into a four-person beat 'em up and you could just use Spider-Man, Venom, and then like Captain America and Wolverine as an example.
Right.
And I think it could actually be a really solid game. The other one I want to see, this is a remaster that I want though,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess even a remake. Shadow of the Colossus. Also, hey Mako, you're back for the final question.
Sorry about that. My
I
apologies.
mean, to
My
be
internet.
fair, if Shadow of Colossus did get remake, remaster.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Wasn't it a remaster though?
I
It
mean,
was a remaster, yeah.
So what I'm more implying with that, like for Shadow of the Colossus, is I want like more Shadow of the Colossus, but like developing the gameplay a little more. And you remember how there was that one rumor that there was like a 17th Colossus or something like that?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
That give me like some endgame Colossuses that I can just play in like a new game plus mode. Just hey, you beat the initial game, you beat all the Colossi that you needed to beat. Now guess what? Here's new game plus mode. We've given you
Yeah,
an extra 5 or 6 Colossi to go
exactly.
fight.
See, what I think would be perfect with Shadow of the Colossus is make it
Don't
like a
sorry, go
roguelike.
ahead.
Huh?
That could be in. So I
So
get
like
what
a
you mean. That
procedurally
could
generated Titans or Colossi in this, and they're just different every time.
okay. Yeah, that could work too. But anyways, do you have any games that you wanted to see remade or remastered or anything of like?
It's alright, it's on the Final Fantasy, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Depends on the Final Fantasy, honestly. 'Cause, like there are some I'd say that do deserve to be remade, but if I hear Final Fantasy again, I'm just leaving the call.
If I fucking hear Final
Just
Fantasy,
yes.
if I hear Final Fantasy 7 again, I'm gonna fucking end it. Man, you're thirsty though. Manko, you good? Oh, I think he's having internet issues again, ladies.
I'm back. No, I'm back. I was just talking to a family member.
No, we're talking about Manko.
Uh, is it that I know you said Mako, but I heard Mango at first, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know that Super Smash Brothers Melee Pro Mango was here.
Nah, he would be on it, so.
True.
Well, I think he having internet issues again.
But yeah,
Hmm.
honestly, it could be.
Well, do you want to wrap it up? Well, we give him a little bit more time.
Yeah, I was gonna say give him a little more time, but I was gonna say, did you have any game? Because you did ask this question. Did you have any games you wanted to see remastered?
That the issue. I don't anymore since we got Shadow of the Colossus in its dead space.
Fair enough.
So I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about there is one more game I wouldn't mind seeing be remade.
What's up?
Mind you, I don't necessarily want a remake. I want a continuation, like a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Mario Kart Double Dash 2. Please. Nintendo, I beg you. Also, actually, one other one I wouldn't mind seeing as like a remaster, just like a remaster of all three, basically as like a port.
Yeah.
The Fear games.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even talking remake them. Just get like the Fear games with a graphical update. That's all I'm asking for.
Right. Yeah.
Just all three games, port it over to like some new gen hardware, and just graphically updated. I don't need any like game changing developments or anything like that. Just straight up, just give me the game with some higher fidelity and make the characters look a little less 2000-ish.
Right.
But outside of that, yeah, I don't really think there's anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oof.
Recipes. Are you having bad weather over there?
Wait, what?
Y'all have-
Not really. Like it didn't snow at all today, so I'm kind of curious to what the fuck's going on as well.
Probably family members, who knows?
Maybe, but like it could just again be net issues. And I was gonna say though, I am pretty much ready to wrap it up if you are.
Alright, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to Mako, but I'll talk to him afterwards, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you all for joining us for the Devil's Pit podcast. It's been a wonderful time. I'm one of your hosts, Squid. Hades.
What? Sorry, I was looking at my soul.
I said, and I'm one of your hosts, Squid. Hades.
Sorry, I was looking at me. I'm your wonderful host, Hades. Thank you for coming by.
And because Mako can't say it himself, Mako is somewheres swimming in the net.
Damn, I look
That
good.
said, we all had a wonderful time, and we hope to see you all at the next episode.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Damn, I look good as fuck.
No, come on. Please, come on. In the light.